I've been walking every day, so why am I not losing any weight? The scale just doesn't seem to be moving. Does that mean that walking doesn't work? Walking alone may not always be enough. Walking became their entire fitness plan. If your goal is to build muscle, changing your body composition, that's where strength training comes in. Don't measure the value of your walk only by what the scale says. Biggest victories are the ones you can't measure with a number. Hey everyone, bienvenidos. Welcome back to the Vanessa Carlson Fitness Podcast. This is episode 9. I'm Dr. Vanessa Carlson, physical therapist and founder of Vanessa Carlson Fitness, where we help busy women become stronger, healthier, and more confident without spending hours in the gym. Because guys, who has time for that, right? All right, so for today, have you ever thought, man, I've been walking every day, so why am I not losing any weight? Maybe you're getting your steps in, you're taking that time to get in that walk after dinner or on your lunch break, you're walking in your neighborhood, even walking on the treadmill. But the scale just doesn't seem to be moving. The scale isn't moving. Does that mean that walking doesn't work? Or is there something else missing, right? So let's talk about it. So I just want to clarify really quickly, walking is not bad. I'm not saying don't walk or anything like that. I have earlier in my career, when we had our women's gyms, that was the one thing. I was young. I was maybe in my early 30s. And so many women were telling me, I love to walk. I love to walk. I love to walk. I love to walk. You know, I lost X amount of pounds walking. I'm working with a client right now who, before starting to work with me, started her journey by walking. Then after a few months, almost into a year, started going to the gym here and there. And just on her own, lost 80 pounds, right? And there's so many benefits. Even my mother-in-law, years ago, I would just joking with her and kind of poking the bear, so to speak. I kept asking her, well, how many steps are you really getting in? And that's what kind of started her journey, doing her water exercises in the pool, but then also now getting her 10,000 steps in has made a huge change in her life, right? But maybe you know somewhere along the line, maybe it's you, or maybe you know of someone where their results or they kind of plateaued a little bit. So here's the short answer. Walking is one of the best things you can do for your health. But here we go. Walking alone may not always be enough to create the changes that you're hoping for. That doesn't mean that walking is the problem. It simply means we need to understand what walking actually does and what it doesn't do. And also keep in mind, every time I meet with someone, whether it was back in the day in our gyms, or even now when I have my one-on-one Zoom sessions with women all over the world, understanding what season of life you're in, right? Okay, so let's talk about understanding what walking actually does and what it doesn't do. I've worked with women who tell me, I walk every single day, and that's wonderful. And then I ask, okay, well, what else are you doing? Usually the answer is not much. Walking became their entire fitness plan. And again, like I mentioned before, walking is fantastic, but our bodies benefit from variety. It's amazing how fearfully and wonderfully we are made, right? I remember doing dissections in grad school and all the muscles and nerves and arteries and veins and fascia, bones. I mean, we're so complex. So again, our bodies benefit from variety, especially as we get older. Walking is amazing because it's going to improve your heart health. Even I can tell in this season of my life, especially at the end of the week, it helps to reduce stress, helps me to just catch my breath. It supports mental health, right? It improves circulation. So again, it improves your heart health, it reduces your stress, supports mental health, improves circulation, and helps you to stay active. It's something you're naturally supposed to do. It's gentle on your joints. It helps your low back. I remember working with patients who have had back surgery, and that's one of the first things we would do is get them up and start walking. And that's a pretty impressive list. So please, 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 please don't hear me say stop walking. That's not what I'm saying. I'm actually going to tell you the opposite. Keep walking. But here's that but again. If your goal is to build muscle, increase your strength, build lean muscle, improving your bone density, or changing your body composition, walking may need some help. And that's where strength training comes in. Here's something that many women, for whatever reason, don't realize. Every decade, our body is going to change. After 40, we naturally begin to lose muscle here's the big if we don't actively maintain it, right? If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Muscle isn't just about looking toned. Muscle helps us stay strong, move better, support our joints, and it plays an important role in maintaining a healthy metabolism. Your metabolism is that fire, that fuego in your body that you want to keep burning, right? You want to keep it alive. You don't want it to just fizzle out. That's one reason I encourage women to include resistance training alongside of the walking that they're already doing. Just to give an example, I remember one client who faithfully walked every morning, even whether it was rain or shine. She rarely missed. And she was frustrated because nothing seemed to be changing. She was just at this point where she wanted to see different changes in her body, in her strength. And instead of asking her to walk more, we added 2 strength training sessions each week. Now, we didn't do the same thing day in and day out. We changed it over time, but it was nothing extreme. It was simple. It was doable for her. It was safe, and it didn't interfere with her routine. And there were progressive exercises. A few months into this, she wasn't just walking, she was carrying heavy things. Like her groceries, her heavy grandchildren, right? She was getting up from the floor with more confidence. When it came to like purging her home or putting up decorations and things like that, she could do it without needing help or much more help from her husband. And that made her feel really confident. She was feeling stronger. She was having more energy. And yes, her body composition began to change too, where she stored fat, where she started to lean. So can I encourage you? Don't measure the value of your walk only by what the scale says. Remember, the scale cannot tell you everything that's changing in your body. Sometimes the biggest victories are the ones you can't measure with a number. Let me say that again. The biggest victories are the ones you can't measure with a number. Less stress, a better mood, feeling like you can take deeper breaths, more energy, better sleep. The one number I do appreciate is lower blood pressure, right? These things matter. They matter. Right? I know we talk about muscle and fat, but exercise, resistive training helps with all the things you can't see that are happening inside of this wonderful body that we live in. Weight loss is really about one habit. It's good though to start building at least one healthy habit. So I don't want to negate that, right? Walking, if you haven't started walking and you're like, I want to do it, go for it. You're not going to regret it. But once you start conquering and mastering that one habit, weight loss is really about just one. It's usually the result of many healthy habits working together. That's what I call that positive feedback loop, right? Drinking adequate water, making good, healthy food choices, resting, exercise, getting in good activity that you enjoy, like walking. So many healthy habits working together, like the walking, the strength training, adequate protein, good sleep, managing your stress, drinking enough water, being consistent. We're habit training, not perfection, right? Progress over perfection, consistent. We're looking to be consistent a little bit over time, yielding that compound effect, right? That positive feedback loop working together. So if you're already walking, you're doing something good for your body. Celebrate that. Yes. Now, okay, just ask yourself, what's the next healthy habit I can build? Very simple. What's the next healthy habit I can build that's doable, that's going to benefit me? Maybe it's lifting weights twice a week. Maybe it's eating more protein. Maybe it's getting to bed a little bit earlier, right? Maybe it's 15 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier. You don't have to change everything all at once. Just keep building. Most times when I meet with people and we do our Reach and Rise assessment, that's only $1. It's the first assessment where we can chat, we can talk, we can go over goals. I can see how their body's moving and really try to understand what season of life they're in. Most times people want everything. They want what to eat and all the things. And I remind them, I can give you everything, but most times in my experience these last 20 years, if I give you everything all at once, it's too much. It's overwhelming. Even when I worked with my patients coming out of surgery, right? That's one of the things as a clinician, as a physical therapist, I had to learn, like, just giving them what they need right now. And as they healed and repair and rehab, give them a little bit more. Same thing with you in your fitness journey. My goal is to meet you where you're at to get you to where you need to be, right? So if you want to take advantage of that $1 Reach and Rise assessment, definitely go for it. Visit us on vanessacarlson.com and you can reach out and one of our awesome team members will reach out back to you. Okay, going back to what you're saying, what I was saying, you don't have to change everything. Just keep building, right? And you don't have to feel like you have to do it alone. Let's have someone come alongside you to help you. No one comes out of the womb knowing all this stuff, right? I truly believe movement is one of God's gifts. We weren't created to sit all day, and that's something we're fighting in this day and age. We're the most sedentary generation, right? On the computers. We were created to move, to fight against gravity, to play, to serve, to enjoy life. Walking is one beautiful way to honor the body that God has given us. And when we combine it with other healthy habits, we're investing in the future version of ourselves, right? It helps us now, but it also helps us in a year from now and the next decade, so on and so forth. So here is a challenge for you this week. If you're already walking, keep walking, but let's add one strength workout, one maybe extra serving of protein. Look at your meals, right? So we're going to add one thing. Maybe it's one strength workout, which that's my favorite one. One extra serving of protein, one earlier bedtime. Maybe it's one healthier meal. Maybe instead of eating something junky at the end of the week, you eat something healthy, right? Or go to bed. Maybe you're just tired, you need to go to bed. Maybe it's one more glass of water. Maybe you're hitting 16 ounces. Let's make it 32. Don't replace your walk and just quit, right? Keep walking, but build on it. Build on it. Small improvements lead to lasting results. I promise. I've seen it in so many lives of women. All right, guys. So if today's episode encouraged you, please share it with someone. Maybe that someone is someone who's walking every day but is feeling frustrated that they're not seeing the results they hope for. Encourage them to keep walking. But remember, walking is one of the best gifts you can give to your body. Sometimes your body is just ready for the next step, right? And that next step is adding the missing piece. If you like how building a fitness plan that's designed specifically for your goals, your body, this particular season of life you're in and your lifestyle, I would love, 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 love to help. Again, visit vanessacarlson.com, or you can reach out to us at 207-467-5509 to learn more about our one-on-one live coaching, live virtual training, and supportive community. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If these episodes are encouraging you and helping you become healthier, I would love to have you join us. Please consider subscribing so you don't miss future conversations. We release new episodes every weekday, and I'd love to continue this journey with you. All right, until next time, keep moving, keep smiling, keep walking, and remember, your health isn't built by one perfect workout. It's built by faithful choices made consistently, one step at a time, one workout at a time, one meal at a time. We're getting 1% better every day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode, episode 10, where we talk about why motivation actually can hinder you, but what actually works. All right, God bless. Ciao for now.